Hello. Welcome to the video. SnoweyViking here, checking in to discuss chickens. These innocent little critters down here may not be so innocent after all. As you might be aware, there is a strategy going on right now, or I like to call it an exploit, where a player can palisade in between, in the middle of these chickens, get their scouts to push them into the palisade, and they'll run directly into the town center, and it's like pushing deer. It pushes them right into the town center, and you can collect chickens under your town center. Not an intended game mechanic from the developers when this was introduced. There's supposed to be a non-pushable herdable, and players have found a way around this by putting palisades in the middle and pushing chickens into the palisades. So we've seen this before, or we've seen it for a while. Phosphorus famously did it. T90 made a video about it. Hera has also done a video about it, I believe, and it is plaguing the ranked ladder right now. And part of their analysis analysed that it might not even be that worth it, because you've got to invest a lot into the wood, into the palisades, and then delete the palisades. It just might not be worth the investment. It screws up your timings. Your well-established timings to go up to feudal when you invest all that wood. So it may, in theory, it may not be worth it. In my opinion, I think it's highly worth it because you get to recoup all your wood back. And you get food under your TC, and your opponent doesn't get food under your TC. It's a highly efficient way of collecting food. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I am here to talk about it. I'm here to talk about it in the context of community tournament settings, and handbooks. Because I'm a community tournament streamer. That's what my channel is about. I cover community tournaments and have a lot of fun. It's all about fun in community tournaments, right? Testing your skills against players of similar elo. We're talking anywhere from 500 elo up to 1500 elo, and then you kind of get into the more serious realms. 2k plus, then you're talking really serious. So I'm talking about the tournaments where you're supposed to be having fun in the tournament and have a good sense of camaraderie and connection to the players that you're playing against, and you're probably going to be playing against these players in multiple tournaments. And hang out on the Discord, have fun, and it to be a friendly environment. It's actually not the result, the win or loss, that is important in my opinion. But I saw a tournament game where the chicken strat was used, and I had quite a visceral reaction to it, and we're going to play the clip for you very soon. There's nowhere in handbooks and tournament handbooks that says that this strategy is not allowed, but it's my personal opinion that it oversteps the boundary of what a community tournament is all about. It's all about fairness. It's about having a good time. It's not about having one up on your opponent and eking out every little competitive advantage. Obviously you want to win. That's still a big part of community tournaments for sure. But personally, I don't think it has any place in the game. So, I'm going to play the clip for you very shortly. But I'm really interested to hear what your opinions are on whether this should be allowed in community settings. Do you think it kind of contravenes the camaraderie of community tournaments? Any opinions I'd love to hear. And even though I go pretty hard in this clip and have a pretty hard reaction, there are no right or wrong answers. I think I have the right answer, but I'm not going to pretend to say that I know best. Really looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say on the matter. So here we go into the clip. This is the chicken strap. This is the chicken strap where you can lure chickens back to the TC. This has no place in Age of Empires, and it has no place in competitive Age of Empires. I think it's a scummy strategy. It's a scummy strategy, and it should not be allowed. And if I was the admins of any tournament, so I'm not even talking community tournaments, I'm just talking any tournament, this should be outlawed. You should not be allowed to do this. And dare I say it, I think it's poor sportsmanship. I know I'm coming down hard, but this is a community tournament. This is bad faith. No team or players should be involved in this strategy because it's not in the interest of fair gameplay. And at the end of the day, all we want in a community tournament setting is fairness. And if you have to win by pulling off a scummy strategy, I mean, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. And I understand the arguments. It's in the game, so therefore I should exploit it. It's not in the handbook that I shouldn't be able to do this. So there it's fair game. And I agree, like, it is fair game. However, the patches came out since the handbook was written, where this strategy, this chicken strategy, has been found out. So at the start of this tournament, this strategy wasn't known. It wasn't known, right? So there was no way that it could be put in the handbook of what could be outlawed or present in the game. And it's just not in the spirit of competition. It's just not in the spirit of competition. So I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed in sloppy states here. And you could say, maybe they're just better because they know how to pull the strategy off. They know about the strategy and how to do it. That makes them better players, and therefore they should win. But I disagree. I 100% disagree. Takes Two to Mango, they've milled the chickens, right? So the decisions that the developers want you to take is, do I mill the chickens, or do I just hunt the chickens and take it back to the town center, or do I mill the chickens at all? And those are the decisions. And that's what they've done. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Because, like I said, this is a community tournament. This isn't about, it's about winning, yes. Everybody wants to win. But if this is what you have to do to win, I just think it's bad, man. It's just so bad. It's just so bad. I can't emphasize enough how bad it is. Again, I'm going in so hard right now that it makes my blood boil. But if I was sloppy states, and I'm looking back at this recording, which who knows if they will or not, I would take a long, hard look at yourself. Is this how you want to win? Is this really how you want to win a community tournament? By taking advantage of exploits? I'll think about that for a little bit. I would really think about that. If you think that's a good way to conduct yourself. I think it's just such poor behavior. Such poor behavior. But anyway, let's move past that now. I've said my piece on that. Sloppy Steaks gets it. Yeah, I can't hide my disappointment that players would stoop to that level. And I know there may be people that will disagree with me. Like, and you're entitled to disagree with me. Like, I'm not the be all and end all here. But to push chickens to take advantage of an exploit, it's just not on. It's just not on. Really disappointing. Really disappointing stuff. And you hate to see it in a grand final. You hate to see it in a grand final. Remember, this is 900 elo, or let's even be generous and say that it's 1,000 elo. You just don't expect to see that here at this level. I'm just lost for words. I'm absolutely lost for words at that performance. I don't know. You tell me in the comments. Is it fair to pull off a chicken strategy in a competition? I might be in the minority. From where I'm coming from, it's bad faith. It's bad sportsmanship. It just doesn't sit right with me. You know, it's not in the handbook, so it is legal. Like I 100% acknowledge that. Like unless it's stated in the handbook, you are not allowed to push chickens like the phosphorus strategy. Then it is legal. But take the fact that if it's legal or not in the handbook, it's still something you probably shouldn't do. It's just my opinion. But it's just me. It's just me. So it's my little high horse. Not everybody needs to share that opinion. I do feel strongly about it though. I do feel strongly about it. But there you have it. Those are my opinions. Let me know in the comments if you agree, disagree, if I've missed anything there. That was my live reaction. There are plenty more points to kind of throw into the discussion. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and let's get some consensus around this because I don't want to see the situation in a tournament again if people think it's unfair, right? Let's kind of get some consensus of where the line is. Are we on this side of the line or are we on that side of the line? I want to know. Let me know in the comments. And it'll guide me forward going when I do my casting as well. Whether I report that as being fair or unfair, all of the above. So let me know any thoughts you have, and I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.